What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to do a review of College Hill Celebrity Edition Season 3, Episodes 1 and 2. So if you haven't seen Episodes 1 and 2 of College Hill Celebrity Edition Season 3, turn this video off. Go watch the episode and come back and watch this video. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel. It's a simple, free, anonymous way to help an up-and-coming Black content creator such as myself. So if you want to support, liking and subscribing to the channel and liking the video is an easy way to help. I am not a public speaker, as you can see. I will fumble my words like I just did. You will hear me say and so and like 1,000 times. I may stop to regain my thoughts. I may slow my speaking down to regain my thoughts. If I forget anything, if I'm off on anything, let me know in the comments. That's what you guys are here for. I may slow my speaking down to regain my thoughts. I may talk slower to regain my thoughts like I'm doing right now. Yeah, also comment below what you would grade this week's episode, what you thought of this week's episode. And, yeah, I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. Since we're going to start with episode 1, I'm only going to grade episode 1 right now, and then I will give another spoiler alert when we get towards episode 2, and I will give my grade for that episode as well. This first episode, I mean, I would give it an A+. We got introduced to all the characters. I mean, I was about to say characters. We got introduced to all the cast, and, it's an HBCU, and we in NOLA, and it's Mardi Gras. It's lit. I mean, I feel like A+. I'm going to give episode 1 an A+. I'm going to wait till we get to episode 2. So, first, let's talk about the cast right quick. So, first we have Tamar Braxton, of course. I think she's the youngest of the Braxtons. I'm not sure. But, yeah, I like Tamar. Amazing singer. I don't know, when it comes to her and that white dude that she's supposed to be engaged to or not engaged to, I don't know. She kind of delulu in that area for me. I don't know. I feel like I want better for her. And from what I'm watching on the show, she's supposedly not the type of person that we see her as on social media. So I'm giving her a chance. But I like Tamar. I don't have nothing to give. She ain't did nothing to rub me the wrong way so far in the public eye or anything yet. So I fucks with Tamar. Saucy's fucking Santana. I don't really like Santana. No, I'm gonna say this. I didn't like him on the most recent season of Love and Hip Hop that he was on when he was with Zell. I didn't like him on there because he was acting like he was too good for the show, and when he would come around, he would be standoffish, and he would just act like he bigger than everybody. It was just like, why are you here then? It was kind of annoying. So I really didn't like him on Love and Hip Hop, but I'm liking him. These first 2 episodes, I'm liking Saucy Santana so far. He's bringing the comedy, little do he know. For me, he's bringing the comedy. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Saucy Santana. Then we have Angela White, formerly known as Black China. First of all, Angela White is from DC, so she already got cool points in my book with that. She never did anything to rub me the wrong way, so I don't have no problem with Black China. Moving along. Then we got Nick Young, also known as Swaggy P. And I've seen Swaggy P on another reality show. I think it might have been VH1's Couple Retreat, or it might have been Merge Boot Camp or something like that. But I seen him on another show. And from what I've seen of him on the other show, he's a very cool, laid-back dude. He don't let too much get to him. He always smiling. So I like that type of vibe, and I like that he's on the show with some crazy personalities though. So then we have Claudia. Oh, damn, I didn't even spark my J. Claudia Jordan, who is a media personality. I don't know what she actually does. I guess she's a podcaster, interviewer, or whatever. We've seen her host a lot of stuff, such as Love and Hip Hop, and didn't she host a season of Baddies or something? I don't remember. She hosted something, but I don't remember. I mean, they say Claudia's messy and all that, but she hasn't done anything that I can think of that made me feel a type of way. So I have no bad things to say about Claudia Jordan. I'm just waiting to see. I mean, I'm liking her on the show so far. We shall see. And Carlos Miller is the last person. And I fucking love Carlos. Like, I fucks with Carlos. Like, funny as shit. Stand up is impeccable. Wild and out. Come on. I fucks with Carlos. And some people feel like they don't fuck with him no more after watching these 2 episodes. But everybody got their own opinion and they're entitled to their own opinion. It might be shit that I say on my reviews that nobody fuck with, and that's probably why they don't watch it or they don't comment or like or whatever. But it's my opinion, it's my review, so I'm going to give my opinion and my thoughts. So, but yeah, but I fuck with Carlos. So that's the cast, six individuals. And as they enter the house, they talk about why they came on the show, starting with Saucy. And Santana, he basically is like, he got straight to a bag after graduating high school. So that's why he wanted to come to college to, like, you know, get a degree. Even though they don't get a degree, I don't think. I know so far they get like a certificate of interdisciplinary studies. That fucking word ate Black China ass up later on in the episode. I don't think I wrote that down, so I just wanted to bring it up right quick. Angela White, she talks about, you know, coming up as an exotic dancer right out of high school. And but, you know, now she's on her sobriety tip and new path to Christ. So part of that path is her coming back to school. So that's why she there. Carlos, he talks about, you know, he attended a community college, but he wants that full HBCU experience. And plus, he wants to, like, do right by his son and show his son that anything's possible. So their reasonings are kind of more I kind of get their reasonings more than in the last seasons. But either way. Swaggy P, you know, he shares that, of course, he did go to college, NBA scholarship, but his NBA career took off. So, but now he back because he want to coach. So he feel like this could be a good opportunity for him to learn how to coach. Claudia, she talks about how she went to a PWI. So she's coming in here wanting to get that full HBCU experience. Shit, I want that HBCU experience, but I don't want to go to college. I don't want no student loan debt. Shit. You know, Tamar, she comes in, she shares that all of her sisters, except her, went to college because she felt like college wasn't her thing. She didn't feel like it was for her. So we get all the explanations as to why they came on the show. And then we find out, or maybe some people already knew, but I find out that Saucy and Claudia have some type of little beef, or they don't get along, whatever, because of like past altercations, social media, whatever the case may be. But you wouldn't even be able to tell it on the show. They seem cool on the show for now. So Angela White, this bitch says, excuse me. Angela White says that she don't know who Carlos is. And I'm like, I was just about to say, hasn't Black China been on an episode of Wild 'N Out? But it literally just came to my brain. She was definitely on Wild 'N Out because the episode that she was on Wild 'N Out was one of the funniest episodes, because that was the episode where one of the gay dudes or something called out Emmanuel, called him gay or something. I remember that episode vividly. So I'm just like, girl, you been on Wild 'N Out and you don't know who Carlos Miller is. I was just like, she's lying. And I was like, I don't know why she lying. Like, girl, we know you know who Carlos is. She's sitting there, she ain't even had a conversation with Carlos yet. She already talking about he rubbing me the wrong way. And I'm just like, he ain't even said 4 words to your ass. So I didn't like that. I was like, first, you act like you don't know who he is. Secondly, you talking about he rubbing you the wrong way. You ain't even really interacted with him yet. Y'all just been in the house for like 10 minutes. So this one, Claudia, she shares with the group, you know, I do this podcast daily for 1 hour. So she goes upstairs to do that. And I'm just like, the way they was struggling last season, you ain't going to have no time to do that, baby. You might as well tell them you on a hiatus for a good little while until you end the semester. So Tamar, Saucy, and Angela, they all plotting upstairs, trying to get the rooms upstairs and get the dudes to share a room downstairs. But, Swaggy wasn't having it. He was like, I'm too big. I got to get my own space. So the girl's like, yeah, he is big. He do need his own space. So then we get this scene where, same, oh, dang, someone got me cold. Tamar, she has her entire team come and bring her bags upstairs and help out and whatever. And Saucy's like, who's supposed to take my bags? And it's like, I get that you're feminine. You probably identified, well, we find out this episode, well, he been saying this from what I've seen him on. He identifies as a male. But it's just like, if you're going to be so feminine, but still identify as a male, grab your own bags and take them upstairs. You got fucking Carlos and Swaggy bringing his bags up like he a whole female. I'm like, come on. You might be feminine, but you could have helped with your bag. A female would still help with her bags if it ain't nobody there to help with them. Except for Tamar, apparently, but... So the next morning, everybody's up, ready to go to orientation. Saucy taking his sweet-ass time. He got his fucking moo-moo on, making him breakfast. And everybody like, oh, we dipping. We leaving his ass. So the cast, they arrived to Xavier University, HBCU, in New Orleans. Is it in New Orleans or is it just in Louisiana? It's in Louisiana, let's put it that way. And apparently it's like the HBCU for black doctors. Like for all the black doctors come out that school or something like that. So they get there and, they admiring the campus, the culture, atmosphere. Saucy arrives a little later. He starts going on there. I'm like, y'all left me. Da, da, da. I'm like, you're not about to be like that. He all in the car talking shit, saying, I can't stand a bitch that want to be on time. Nigga, y'all only got just one little time experience. You need to be there on time. So after that whole little moment, they go over there, kiss Santana's ass. Well, not kiss his ass, but, they try to console him. And then they all start walking through the campus, enjoying the bands and the dancers, choirs, step teams, all the different types of clubs and things like that. We get a little insight on some clubs that some of the cast members joined. Angela signs up for the track team and Bible study. And Claudia, she signs up for the science department. And Saucy signs up to be a cheerleader. And, Swaggy P joins the athletic team. So we get some type of ideas of what they want to get into while they, at the time, for their time there. So this is when the cast, they get to meet the president of the university, Mr. Verrett. And he's telling them that at the end of the time there, like I just mentioned earlier in this review, that at the end of their time there, they're going to receive a certificate of interdisciplinary studies. And then they also meet their academic advisor, Dr. Stewart. And she goes over, the standards and expectations, like tardiness, dress code, things like that. Santana, I can tell he ain't going to last. I don't know. Is he going to last? Because he already in this confessional talking about breaking most of them damn standards and expectations and whatever the fuck the case may be. I'm like, Santana ain't going to last long, bruh. So when the cast gets back home later, the girls, they go out for dinner and drinks, and the guys, they head to the basketball game. Because while they was looking at the different types of, what was they looking at? The different types of clubs. That's when Swaggy and them, they told them it was a basketball game later on that day. So the guys go to the basketball game, the females go for dinner and drinks. And at the basketball game, Saucy, he's turning up with the cheerleaders. They didn't give him this baby doll at the when they was talking to the clubs and stuff. So now he walking around with this baby doll like it's his actual baby. He done named it Bianca. It's a whole thing now in the house and all that. So he having a good time with the cheerleaders. Of course, Swaggy is into the game, watching the game. It's urging him more to want to be a coach. And Carlos just there having a good. Carlos is just a vibe. He's just like, I'm just enjoying the ambiance. Damn, I just put a mark on the wall with the damn J. And at dinner and drinks, Angela, this is when she shares more of her life story or whatnot, her life now with Tamar and Claudia, and she talks about the guy she's seeing now, Derek, and she says that she thinks he's the one. And I ain't trying to talk shit, but Black China done ran through some men. So it's just like, is he the one, Angela? I would hope. I mean, I hope so. I'm rooting for her success and all the whatnot. And of course, she talks about her sobriety and still trying to be a better person, better than what she's being portrayed in social media. And Tamar, she gets emotional from relation because she also is portrayed a different way online and things like that. So back at the house, we get this scene between Tamar and Carlos. They chopping it up, and Tamar, she shares how she was a backup singer, and I'm like, damn, that's what I'm trying to do though. How do you find those type of jobs? How do you get those type of jobs being a background singer for like celebrities or somebody with status, make that type of dough? That's what I want to do for real. I really like fuck being a lunch lady. I really want to be a background singer. But every time I look it up on Google, you know how Google is, other shit pop up. So she said she was a background singer for her sister for years. I had no idea. I didn't watch the Braxton, even though Toni Braxton is my favorite singer of all time, but I never watched the Braxton, so I wouldn't have knew Tamar was Toni's backup singer. But I was like, oh, okay. But she said that, that's how she learned everything she knew about singing to get her to so successful that she is now, even though she hated being a background singer. I'm like, how could you hate being a background singer for the Toni Braxton? But I get it. She grew up with her. That's her sister, whatnot. So it's the first day of school. And the cast, as soon as they walk in the goddamn classroom, this nigga Carlos gonna say, oh, they got a white teacher teaching at the HBCU. I'm out of here. And then, and they're gonna walk out. Hey, bro, I tell you, I was crying. You could not take this nigga serious, bruh. I was crying. But he come back, he like, I'm just playing with your boss. I'm just playing with your boss. So now the white teacher all uncomfortable and shit. They in philosophy class. Teacher name is Dr. Dunson. So now Dr. Dunson, he's unfortunately uncomfortable as shit. So they in that class and they talking mostly about like happiness. And then he assigns them some type of homework. Excuse me. Next, they have political science with Dr. Frazier. This is where shit goes left. So he tells them that they're going to be writing a 3-page assignment, a 3-page bill, and it's due the next day. So it's their homework for the night. They're going to be writing a 3-page bill on why homelessness is dire in Louisiana, or about homelessness, like trying to help homelessness or something like that in Louisiana. And they're going to be presenting it to a U.S. official. So, Dr. Frazier, he gets to talking, like millionaires, they walk past homeless people every day. And Carlos is like, it's not their problem. So he starts to explain how he don't believe in he don't feel like it's his problem as far as homelessness. And some of the other castmates not feeling his opinions and whatnot. And, Carlos, he goes into depth explaining, like, if these people that's in power would take this money that they use it for dumb shit and use it for shit that's important like homelessness or something like that, then things like homelessness would end and shit like that. So, like I said, some of the cast members are not feeling that. And Carlos, he just, for some reason, wants to just keep coming that swag, I guess because he's the only guy that's saying something. So it's like he ain't about to argue with no females, maybe. I don't know. But Swaggy's not feeling it. And Carlos is like, nigga, did you use any of your NBA money to help the homeless? Hey, I was dying, bruh. I died, bruh. I died. Did you use any of your NBA money to help the homelessness? The nigga was like, nah, But I get both sides, though. Like, I get the cash side, like, homelessness is a serious thing. But I also get Carlos's side, where he's just like, yeah, these people that's in power don't feel like it's a big thing, like the people that's like them, like you and me or whatever. So I get both sides of the situation. They just can't take Carlos. But I understand Carlos's position as well. Okay, we're going into episode 2, Carlos Hill Celebrity Edition, season 3, episode 2. If you have not seen it, turn this video off because I'm about to spoil the entire episode. I would grade this episode a, what happened in this episode? I gave the first episode an A+. I'm going to give this episode a B+. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't as good as episode 1. Yeah, I'm going to give it a B+. So let's get into this episode 2. Let me just write my timestamp right quick, which is 2030. So I can put it in, what you call it. So I can put it in the, no, maybe I should go, well, I'll go back and look when I'm done recording. Anyway, so, we continue on into episode 2 where Carlos is still, giving his stance on homelessness and the bill and all that. And by the way, class is over, so they're just having this discussion. And Angela, it gets so uncomfortable, she decides to get up and leave the class. Even though, class had ended, but they still was sitting around talking, and Angela got up and walked out. She didn't like Carlos's comments. So now the cast, they are in... they in Introduction to Converge Media Writing with Dr. Roberts. And she tells them that they're going to pair up into groups and basically like interview each other about what they think they are perceived as online and what they know they are in real life. And then they're going to come up and present each other's partners' answers. So as they doing these practices, interviews or whatever, Angela, she gets emotional because, they're asking her how do people perceive you online and things like that. Dr. Robert comes over to give her some type of like reassurance. And then the teams, they start doing their presentations, and as they're presenting, Angela is like, I don't want to get up and say anything. So she gets up and walks out of class. But the cast, they come out to console her. They're like, oh, it's okay, Black China. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Even though Saucy was like, well, what's going on? Why we group hugging? So we can just say it's cheerleading practice. And Saucy just signed up for the cheerleading team. He arrives 38 minutes late because the coach is like, it's something 08. And you supposed to be at 7:30. He was like, it's 7:08. You supposed to be at 6:30, something like that. So he shows up late to cheerleading practice in a skirt. The coach is like, who wears a skirt? And the coach is like, oh, I'm going to show you what we do to late people. So latecomers. late people that come in late. So it makes them do a lap around the gym. But Saucy decides, I'm just going to, let me show you how to walk. I'm like, this nigga is not going to make the team. They cannot be serious. So at one point, Saucy and the coach have what's the coach name again? Coach Glenn. So they have like a back and forth, and this causes Coach Glenn to be like, okay, since Saucy want to keep talking back to me, whole team, 5 burpees. And that might not seem like a lot, but burpees are a lot. I don't do burpees. I can't do them. So later on that night at the house, the cast, they start working on their homework. Saucy go change it to his little moo-moo. I guess he trying to make this a damn thing. He come in there, he's like, you know what? I'm not even about to do all this. I'm just going to get the extra credit. Just so like fuck it all. So now he in his bed screaming for Alexa to turn the lights off. Screaming and the others are downstairs irritated because they can hear him while they trying to like work. Am I tripping or have we seen Santana in the same damn green thong? Because he's talking about, I like sleeping in the thong. And I feel like this is my second time. I feel like episode 1, we saw him in that green thong, and episode 2, I guess it's the same day. I don't know. Is it the same day? It was weird. I get the moo-moo, but wearing the same thong? Come on now. So as the others are downstairs trying to work on the homelessness bill, this is when you think it's about to be a problem again with Carlos, but it's not really. They talking, Swaggy, he shares that his older brother died from gun violence, and this caused his second older brother to go into a deep depression, which led him to create a program for mental illness. So that's why he says that mental illness is important to him, because his brother would be perceived as homeless just because he would be out in the street and things like that. So right before bed, Claudia and Carlos, they see Saucy's little baby doll Bianca on the table or something, because Saucy keeps swearing it was in his room. And they like, look at Sauce. He don't even take care of his baby. Then they cut away the Saucy ass sleep on his bed. So they hide that motherfucker baby doll, and they put a note with it that says, "My daddy don't love me, frowny face." I thought that was funny as hell. I'm like, yes, do some funny prank shit. So the next morning, Saucy, he's screaming and searching for his baby doll, and decides that he don't even want to go to school because his baby gone. And Claudia's like, damn, maybe I took this shit too far. And I'm like, no, you and Carlos was doing some little harmless fun. I wouldn't take that little prank back. So the cast minus Saucy Santana, they arrived to a class called Louisiana Unmasked, which is basically gonna be telling them about Mardi Gras and the slave ongoings and whatnot that happened in Louisiana, I think, with their professor, Dr. Senegal de Cure. So Dr. Senegal, she points out first that Saucy isn't in class, that Santana isn't in class. And she's like, well, hopefully we'll see him later. So then she talks about the creation of Mardi Gras. I didn't write too much. Zulu Club and things like that. And the white people wearing blackface, but it wasn't considered that because of the culture and the nature of the situation with things like that. So she tells them that they're going to be going to the Mardi Gras parade, but they're going to have to take 5 pictures and get 5 different stories, I guess, from like locals at Mardi Gras. And Tamar like, God damn, we can't even turn up at Mardi Gras. I can't show my titties. I can't drink. And I'm like, damn, that is crazy. Like, if you go to Mardi Gras, you want to show your tits and drink and turn up. And they got to go there and do assignment. Somebody was like, we still going to drink. But she tells them that is going to determine their midterm grade. So they're going to have to take the fun out of it for fucking Mardi Gras. So back at the house, Saucy Santana finally finds his baby doll. So then he FaceTimes the group and he's like, who hit her? Da, 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 da. And of course, Swaggy, like I said, being the smiley, laughy nigga that he is, he laughing in the background or whatever. And he been the only one that's kind of been coolest to Santana so far. Saucy just immediately thinks that it's Swaggy that did it. He's like, okay, Swaggy P, I thought we was cool. I thought we was bros. Da, da, da. And Saucy keeps saying that that the baby doll was on his bed, but it was not. We clearly saw it in the the social area on the table. And that was the whole reason why they hid the junk, because you didn't have it with you. And they was like, look at Santana, he's a bad daddy. So now the cast is back in Dr. Frazier's class, minus Santana, of course. Because Tamar tried to get him to come to school. She was like, oh, you found your baby doll, come to school. He was like, no. So they back in Dr. Frazier's class, the political science class. And this nigga Carlos is like, hey Doc, how much did it cost to get an A up in this jump? I'm sorry, I know people is like not liking Carlos, but I just can't take him serious. This nigga's funny. So Dr. Frazier doesn't even answer that fucking question. So the class, Dr. Frazier, they still at a standstill with their stances on homelessness as far as with Carlos. At one point, Carlos gets super defensive, stands up in Swaggy's face like he about to try to fight him or something. Calls the nigga dumb and tells him to shut up and dribble. I'm just like, oh, Carlos, why you doing that, bruh? It's just like all I know this nigga from is comedy, so it's just like that's all I can do is laugh at the shit that he say. But I get it, it's serious. So after class, Dr. Frazier, he pulls Carlos to the side, like, let me talk to him about his behavior in class and whatnot. And the others, you know, they already ain't feeling what Carlos been saying. So Angela's like, fuck that, we're leaving Carlos. I'm like, damn, y'all gonna leave him just because he has an opinion? That's fucked up. God forbid I have an opinion and y'all gonna leave me. Man, I guess it's not that big of a deal. They just sent another van for him. But still, it's like... So back at the house, Swaggy, he tries to go talk to Santana. Santana ain't trying to hear it. He going off. And he like, okay, Swaggy, if you saying it ain't you, and Tamar saying it ain't her, then they got to be either Claudia, Carlos, or Angela. And then they go off like that. And, yeah, like I said, I would grade this week's episode, this second episode a B+. We see in the next episode that fucking, Claudia is going to admit to hiding the baby. She's not even going to mention Carlos. She's just going to take the full blame. And then we see Santana like, oh, okay, you want to play? Okay. And then we see later, I think Santana going to put like tuna fish in her bed or something like that. So we're going to see this. And I'm just like, I hope it's friendly pranks. Like, I hope Santana didn't take that too serious. Like, we need some type of comedy and entertainment on the show, not just y'all at the HBCU or stressing about homework or whatever the case may be. We want some funny moments. So I liked that moment. I don't care. We see Santana, like, neglecting shit, going out to the club, not coming into class, things like that. We see Carlos still having a strong-ass opinion. We see Angela getting emotional every other episode. We see Tamar about to leave. I hope Tamar don't leave. Because I'm actually looking forward to seeing her on the show. Because I haven't watched her on anything that she's ever been on. I know she was on Big Brother. She was on The Braxtons. I never watched anything. So I don't really know that much about Tamar, except for she's a good singer, and that whole situation with her and Krishan, the situation with her and that white dude. So I do want to get to know her through watching this show, so I hope she don't leave. Those are my little thoughts or what have yous for episodes to come. Thanks for watching both of these reviews. If you watched them in its entirety, comment below what you thought of episode 1, episode 2, what you would grade episode 1, episode 2. If I forgot anything, if I'm off on anything, let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I don't only review College Hill, I review other shows as well. I didn't even know College Hill came back on until I saw it online. I was like, oh, damn, I gotta watch this and take notes. But yeah, like, subscribe. It's an easy, free way to support. I can't stress that enough. Hope I didn't forget anything to say. If I did, let me know in the comments because I'd be high. And again, thanks for watching. I will see y'all in the next review. Peace.